What up, people? Pushing While Black here, and apparently, when we were getting ready to get in the car to leave for Austin, because I took a road trip with my buds for the Fourth of July weekend. Happy Fourth of July in the last 5 minutes of the day. Um, Kevin Durant goes to Golden State, and everybody loses their mind, and everybody forgets that we do live in a free market, and we do live in a capitalistic society, and everyone is a independent contractor, and we can leave jobs anytime we want to. Um, I understand the argument. I understand the argument that it is a weak move. Do I agree that it's a weak move? I don't. Here's the thing. It depends on how you look at it. Um, do you look at it from the standpoint of okay, he left OKC to go with their rival and the team that they almost beat in the finals but ended up beating them. Yeah, it's a weak move. But if you think of it like bigger picture, Golden State Warriors won 73 games, lost 9. They were picked to win the I almost say national championship. They were picked to win the NBA championship. They didn't. LeBron James, a LeBron James, Kyrie Irving, an interested Kevin Durant, not Kevin Durant, an interesting Kevin Love, beat the Warriors, and there was many a game in that season where they absolutely clowned the Warriors. So if you're Kevin Durant and you're thinking that this is my goal, like screw Golden State for a second. If you're looking at if you're an NBA player, Cleveland's a problem because if they beat the greatest regular season team in history, then you got to go through them. Okay, so the goal is to win a championship. I read the article in the Players Tribune. There's a lot of deeper stuff going on apparently with him as far as growing as a player. I don't necessarily know if this is going to help his marketability because even though Golden State is in California and it's close to Los Angeles, I don't know if that counts as being in the bigger market, and I don't know if that's necessary. This isn't like the move, because what I was trying to, when this happened for LeBron James, he needed a championship because he was trying to get he's trying to get billionaire status, and he's trying to get that international China money, and in order to do that, you had to win a ring. Okay? This could be because Kevin Durant is going into his 10th season. This could be you're chasing a ring. Now, we normally look at people that chase rings or players that chase rings as old guys about to retire. Kevin Durant isn't about to retire. He has one more big deal left in him. This is one deal. This is basically one deal with a player option. So this is to see what happens because the cap is about to go up again next year. So people got stupid money this free agent season. People are gonna get stupid money next free agent season. This is to get to see. This is just to wait and see what happens. That's one thing. Another thing is you don't necessarily know what Russell Westbrook is gonna do. If Russell Westbrook already told you, and when I was talking about this with some people, they seem to think that KD knows what Russ is gonna do, and Russ is probably gonna leave. So if that's the idea here, then yeah, I'm going to Golden State now. Because if Russ is going to leave after a year, there's no sense in me that I can do two options. One, I can go and be like, all right, you're leaving. KD already know where he's probably going to go. I have an idea where he's going to go, Lakers or Clippers, because he's from the area. His wife wants to be there. You know what I'm saying? His family's there. Like, I honestly thought DeRozan was going to sign with the Lakers, but he wants to be that dude in Toronto, and he wants to have his legacy in Toronto, which I respect. It just might not necessarily mean a ring. You know what I'm saying? So, I I understand the argument, but man, you gotta understand if you're trying to beat LeBron James and you're trying to beat whatever merry men that he decides to play with, then you gotta come with some prop. We gotta come with a nice little squad, and you know, Golden State was a nice little squad last year, and they got handled in certain games of the finals. So if the big fish is, because everybody's like, he left OKC to go to go to the team to beat them. Y'all ain't thinking clearly. The goal is to beat LeBron. That's the goal, and you weren't. There's no guarantee that you were going to be able to, one, get to LeBron, and two, if you get to him, there's no guarantee that you're going to beat them. The goal is to beat LeBron. Period. And I'm gonna need Stephen A. Smith to stop talking. I don't know what the deal is, but for him to go off on Kevin Durant, and I didn't hear the first take um, exchange with him and Chris Broussard, but he left. I didn't follow his career. He left ESPN. This is his second stint with ESPN. He left Fox Sports twice. He left ESPN once for a better opportunity. Okay, um, please stop. Okay, you as an athlete, and I've said it before, as an athlete, you don't pick where you play. The best players don't pick where you play. Okay, after your first contract, you don't owe anybody anything. Your job is to get the best deal for you financially, and now your job is to get the best deal for you career wise. And if dudes are deciding, like, hey man, I need to move on to get a better opportunity to win championships, then dudes need to move on and try to get rings. And if they don't want to do that, if they want to do that in their 30s versus in their 40s, that's their right to do that. Okay? So journalists can run around and they could say how crappy this is, but Stephen A will leave in a second if the better opportunity comes, or ESPN doesn't do them well, or for whatever reason. Because I followed the brother's career because I'm a fan of his, despite the fact that despite the fact that he's annoying and he's a caricature of himself. I followed his career. I know this dude bounces around, but so for you to run around, for you to like say that that's a punk move and all this other stuff and it's weak, come on, bro. You've moved a bunch of times in your career, but when an athlete does it, we lose our minds. Oh, by the way, the whole reason the LeBron James thing happened, and I gotta go, the Miami thing happened, was because Danny Ainge and Kevin McHale, who were teammates in Boston, and now they're GMs. Well, Kevin McHale isn't a GM now, but they were at the time. They called it. Danny Ainge called in a favor because he couldn't get his job was in jeopardy. He called in a favor to the Timberwolves when Kevin McHale was a member of the Timberwolves, and he basically gave Kevin Garnett to Boston for assets, and they got Ray Allen later, and Danny Ainge sat down with Kevin Garnett, Paul Pierce, and Ray Allen, and I don't know if Danny Ainge was there, but the three of them, the big three in Boston, sat down and had a dinner when all this happened, and they said, "Can it work? Can it work?" And it worked. They didn't get a lot of rings, but it worked. They were a problem in the East, and they got them a ring and a couple finals appearances. When LeBron James saw that and it's like, I need a championship, let me play with Wade. Let me play with Wade. This was Wade's idea. Chris Bosh came along. He's like, okay, I don't want to be in Toronto anymore. Let's go here. You guys are my friends anyway. So that's what guys are doing now. But when GMs do it, when management does it, I'm gonna say this too. When white folks do it, we don't say anything. But when black guys, the athletes, when they take control of their career, and it's not necessarily about money or they're not 40 and they're chasing rings, we lose our minds. So I don't know. It's my my video is about to run out, but yeah, I just had to get that out there. Oh, by the way, this will be on my Facebook page and and this will probably be on the Rant Sport and Fitness. Shout out to them. And Pushing Wild Black out. Later, people.